What's cracking with your snacking snacker stars? It is me, the BRE, the man in the backwards hat, Brandon from the SAS, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, coming at you once again with a Saturday night special edition of Pizza Night. Why do I have mustard on my table for Pizza Night? Well, if you've been watching long enough, you know why. That's right. It's back, but it's different. And it's new. I'll be right back right after this to let you know all about it on this edition of Pizza Night. The Pizza Night train rolls back into town for the first time this year, and we're at Germantown Common Shopping Center, where they not only have this Little Caesars, but they've also got Mangino's Pizzas and Subs. They've got Pizza Bowlies. They've got 7-Eleven. You know they have pizza. And they also have Subway, which has their own little dumb-looking pizza as well. But I'm here specifically for Little Caesars because they've taken one of their all-time favorite LTOs, limited time offers that is, and they've added a twist to it. A tasty twist. We'll be right back right after this to check out this brand new pie. Never fear, Pizza Night is here again for the first time in 2019, and it is Saturday night, February the 2nd, 2019. That's a very, very luxurious looking kitty in the candy box there. And as you can see, Saturday the 2nd, of course, is Groundhog's Day, and it is also this year the day before the Super Bowl. Today, I have gone to Little Caesars to pick up something new, and you know that if I've got mustard on the table with Little Caesars, something's up, something kind of pretzel-y, right? So, what we have in here is the brand new Pretzel Crust, stuffed crust rather, pizza. And it is $9 for a large, and you can see right off the bat there that the pretzel crust is nice and salty, and you've got some leakage from the stuffed crust portion onto a few of these slices here. That's really tempting looking there with that cheese just kind of drooling out of that corner there. Really, really nice. It's got a cheddar cheese sauce as well as cheese on the top as well. Only available in pepperoni apparently. Didn't give me any way to change toppings on the website. And when I just ordered this pizza as a default, this is how it came. I'm not upset with that. Let me go ahead and see if I can't get a 420 slice out for you. Here we go. That's not a very large one, but there you can see the hole in the back side that has the cheese in it. See those little pepperonis right there? Definitely a thicker crust than that thin crust they came out with recently, right? That looks pretty darn good, guys. I'm getting excited. I'm glad to be doing Pizza Night tonight, I'll tell you that. And I'll be right back to stick this thing in my mouth and let you know what I think about it on Pizza Night. Alright, gang, I am back here on Pizza Night to check out the brand new stuffed pretzel crust pizza from Little Caesars. And this is an odd one, you know, because I saw some things about this on the internet a few weeks ago. Our buddy at the SAS, Big Al, he, shared this with us on the Facebook page, and it looked really interesting, but ever since then, any of the advertising I've heard only talks about the regular stuffed crust pizza that they're selling for $6. They don't say, hey, you can make it a stuffed crust for $9. When you go into the restaurant like I just did, there's really no advertising for this version at all in there. It's like almost they're trying to keep it like a best kept secret or something like that. I don't know, but everybody knows about it, so I'm going to find out more about it right now. Let me go ahead and grab this piece right here. This one looked very intriguing to me with the cheese coming out the side, or rather out the corner there. Show that to you next to my noggin, the way I always do. Always love to show you the size of the pizza next to my head. That way you get a true scope of how big something actually is. And let me go ahead then and get a little whiff of this. Smells very pretzel-y. Smells very much like pizza. You know, I've heard that you can't actually get tomato sauce on this at all because the cheese is, the crust is pre-cheesed, but I don't think that's the case. Somebody told me that. I'll have to find out eventually to see if you can get tomato sauce on it or not, because that would be an interesting change. Let me go ahead and take a bite of the front for old time's sake, and then we'll get to the backside. just like I remember it. Cheesy, salty, soft, warm. How many adjectives can I layer upon this thing to put across what kind of comfort food this really is? It's like going to the stadium to watch your favorite sport and getting a pretzel, a slice of pizza, and something else really cheesy too, all at the same time. I don't exactly know what. Maybe a cheese dog or something, but it doesn't taste like a hot dog. You know, the pepperoni is pepperoni. Pepperoni belongs on every pizza as far as I'm concerned. The cheese sauce is a nice viscous sauce that gives you good lubrication. Also, nice sort of, not quite a beer cheese flavor, but a good cheddary flavor, which is cool. And then you have the cheese that's melted on the top, which doesn't seem to be much different overall in terms of the flavor, just a little bit different on the texture. Let me go ahead and get to this backside, though, where all the action is. Nice and soft and cheesy. A different cheese altogether because it's a thicker cheese and it's a mozzarella-like cheese. So it gives you a much more mild presentation while at the same time actually tasting really good with that back end of the pretzel crust, which is even more salty because that's where they really apply the heavy rock salt or whatever you want to call it on there. Really, really tasty there. But you know what I got to do. I'm going to go first for the regular old Frenchish yellow mustard right here, and then we'll get really funky. Here we go. That's outstanding, just like putting some good mustard on your pretzel at the stadium while you're watching the game. Maybe somebody will do that tomorrow at the Super Bowl. I can imagine that Little Caesars is going to sell a whole lot of pizzas tomorrow, and probably a whole lot of pretzel crust pizzas at that. Now, let me get around to the fancy schmancy here. We got the Engelhofer Sweet Hot Mustard, which is a thicker, goopier mustard, a little bit sweet, a little bit hot. Got a little bit of a German accent going on there. We'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. Gang, what can I say? Now, like I said, that's a thicker, goopier mustard. It's much more dense and takes up much more area on the back of that crust, even with one squirt. With that being said, it also sort of overwhelmed the taste of the pretzel crust just a little bit. But it's so flavorsome on its own that it sort of brings out some of the pretzel flavor at the same time. You've got that deep ground mustard taste going on there, sort of similar to a Coleman's mustard. Then you got that sweetness coming in, kind of like a honey mustard. You can't go wrong either way. Real, real good. Really fantastic all the way around. I'm loving this pizza quite a bit. You know, let's go ahead and build it from the bottom to the top. Like I said, you got the soft pretzel crust. You got the cheesy cheese on the sauce level there. Lots of pepperonis on there. Makes it nice and meaty as well, with a little bit of leathery chew to it. Gotta love that texture. And then you get to that backside with that salty, salty soft crust with a little bit of a actual, you know, crumble on the backside of it as well. And then the soft, melty cheese on the inside, feeling like a nice warm bed that you just want to crawl into and sleep the winter away. I can't, with any good conscience, give this anything less than a 100% full thumbs up for the Little Caesars stuffed pretzel crust pizza, or pretzel stuffed crust pizza, depending on how you'd like to say it. $9 at your local Little Caesars if they have it. I hear it's only at select Little Caesars. Well, I'm darn glad I got a select Little Caesars next to me. What do you think? Do you think a pretzel crust is still a good idea after all these years? Do you think adding cheese to the back end does anything to it at all? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, you can also check out all of the cool links that we have to our social media empire, including the Facebook page, our group, where it all started many, many years ago. You can click on that and join that group and become one of 1,000 of the coolest people in the whole world. Why haven't you done that yet? Also, make sure you check us out on Patreon. Support us if you can. Brand new to the Patreon site, starting very soon, within the next couple days. Written reviews will be also exclusive to Patreon supporters. Got a big one coming up of a food truck that had chicken and waffles that came to my office this past week. And I wrote a pretty long and detailed review of that with lots of pictures. And if you want to check that out, check out the Patreon page at the link below. Also, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check me out on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Brandon Reich SAS. When you do, make sure you use the handy hashtag Snack Society all day, every day. That way you know what we're eating and we know what you're eating too. So, you got to make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell to be notified. This one was for you, Bliss. And in the meantime, in between time, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.